Every heart has its winter, a time when joy seems to have vanished and sorrow reigns supreme. But just as frost gives way to the spring bloom, so can sadness transform into happiness. This is not just a hopeful saying, but a truth experienced by many, including myself. In the heart of a bleak winter, I found myself enveloped in a cloud of sorrow. Life seemed like an endless tunnel with no light at the end. But, as the saying goes, the night is darkest just before dawn. There was a time when I was caught in the throes of despair. I had lost my job, my relationship was falling apart, and my self-esteem was at an all-time low. Every day felt like a struggle, and happiness seemed like a distant memory. However, it was in these depths of despair that I discovered a strength I didn't know I possessed. I began to see my circumstances not as a punishment, but as an opportunity for growth. I took small steps like practicing gratitude, seeking therapy, and rediscovering my passions. I slowly started to see a shift in my perspective. It was not an overnight transformation. There were days when I slid back into the abyss of despair, but I kept going, kept trying, kept believing, and over time I started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I remember vividly the day I laughed genuinely for the first time in months. It wasn't a grand occasion, just a small gathering with friends, but in that moment I felt a sense of joy that had been missing for so long. It was a small victory, but a significant one. It was proof that happiness was not a lost cause, but simply a journey. And so my winter began to thaw, replaced by the warmth of spring. I was not the person I used to be, and that was okay. I had grown, I had changed, and I had found happiness in the most unlikely of places, within myself. In the grand scheme of life, transitioning from sadness to happiness is not about escaping the winter, but learning to find the beauty within it. It's about understanding that sorrow and joy are two sides of the same coin, each a necessary part of our human experience. It's about recognizing that sadness is not a permanent state, but a passage that can lead to greater joy. It's about realizing that happiness is not a destination, but a journey, one that requires patience, perseverance, and above all, self-love. And so, as the seasons change, so do our hearts. From the frost of sorrow blooms the flower of happiness. It's a journey, a transformation, a rebirth, and in the end we emerge not just happier, but stronger, wiser, and more beautifully human. Remember, every heart has its winter, but every winter has its spring, and in the spring life blossoms anew.